Hello, my name is Grian, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Minecraft rustic barn. They're fairly simple to make, and I think they look quite nice, so if you want to store some animals in it, go right ahead. Let's get straight into it, and we're going to start by laying the foundations. For some reason I've lost my hair, so try not to look at my face too much in this video. And as you can see, I'm laying out the foundations and trying to space my pillars with an odd number of blocks between each one. And you can see the two in the middle represent the doorway, and I've raised them up to the appropriate height, the doorway being slightly smaller and creating an archway over the top. This door we will come back to later, but we need to finish laying the foundations. Now that we know where the front is, we have the orientation, and we just need to make sure we've got equal spacing between each pillar and raise them up to be the appropriate height of all the others. And then we have pretty much the foundation of our build. Then we need to go ahead and start filling in the wall. I've chosen some hardened clay and jungle wood as the base of the wall, and as you can see I'm placing them randomly with a little bit of organized mess about them, and that will make up the color of the wall and the texture of the wall. And as you can see, it has quite a nice effect. However, we will go back over this a little bit later. But for now, let's work on the front a little bit, and more specifically the door. As you can see, we've kind of got everything ready, and we just need to start doing a little bit more finer detail work. So you could leave this door open like that and have a horse come in and out, or if you want it an enclosed barn, you could add a couple of doors with a little bit of fresh detail using some spruce staircase. But the most important thing here is the shape of the roof, and getting this arch perfect is essential. And as you can see, I'm sort of messing around with it, trying to get that gradual curve, utilizing both staircase and slabs. I honestly don't mind if you copy me block for block on that, because it's quite difficult to get correct, and I think something like that looks good. It's very banana shaped, and then you just go over each and every pillar and do the same arch every time, making sure it is exactly the same, otherwise it's not going to match up when we decide to do the roof, which is right now. All you have to do is take whatever block you want, whether it be spruce or dark oak or whatever slab you want to use, and just fill in the middle, making sure that you are half a block down from your arch. And as you can see, what I've done here is messed up a little bit. It just goes straight up. We want to mimic the curve of the overhang that we made, and as you can see I sort of messed around with it for a little while. I decided that maybe trying organized mess would work, but no, I decided to go back to the roots and just make it an easy curve over the top of the archway. And then once I've decided on that, just filled in all the rest really quickly. Obviously it'll take you a little bit longer than what you see in the video, but then you have the complete arched roof and we're ready to continue. As you can see, we've got a few gaps to fill in. And this one is where we can really shine with a bit of detail. You could add some supports laterally or vertically, whatever you fancy, and then just make sure you fill it in. You may find that you have a little bit of conflict between the roof and the wall, but you can just sort of as and then just fix it up when you need to. So I added a few supports, a little bit of detailing, but not too much. This is a very minimalist barn. There's no need to add over detailing to this sort of build. In fact, it looks a lot more charming when it's got some very simple things, because the wall does a lot of the texturing for you. And for the windows, all we're going to do is add some quick fences along with a fence gate and a trapdoor as a little minor detail. And then all we've got to do is do exactly the same thing, space them as you want, no need to rush, they're really easy to do. Little minor details all the way around. And while we're here, I might as well say right now that this build was adapted from a build from one of my crew members, so big thank you to Botbox for his contribution there. And we're on to the back of the build. Very easy stuff. All I decided to do here was some very minor detailing, adding some little windows but slightly different from the ones we did on the sides, just to make the back look like a back. Nothing like the front where it seems a lot more inviting, but with some details, some windows, and really featuring that wall with the texture. That's what really makes this build, the combination of the hardened clay and the jungle wood. But there's also something we can do to improve the wall. We can add some staircases interlaced into that, as I have been trying to push in multiple of my videos. All it does is just add that little extra bit of depth. So there's a nice tip for everyone. So now we're going to do the interior. Since it's very easy to do, and I don't normally do the interior, I thought I'd feature it this video, see how it goes. If you like me including the interior a bit more, let me know. So we know exactly where the middle is because of that cobblestone, and we just add those pillars with the support and a little bit of detailing just to give it those small archways, fix up any mess in the roof. You can see where I failed earlier on the underside, and then you can just sort of clean it up if you wish. The ceiling won't be looked at a little bit too much, so don't worry about it. Then, between the pillars, you want to connect it to the walls with some fences, some fence gates, maybe even add some slabs on the top, and that's pretty much it for that. But you could, if you wanted to, add like a little barn attic. Whoops, we're going way too close there. And then we can just create this platform up the top where you could have some storage space, add a ladder up to the top with a few more support beams, very simple stuff, and then you can just add some wheat or some chests or whatever you want up there. It could be a little hidey spot. And then that's it. The inside is completely done. But, however, now that we're finished, I would like to show you what it would look like as a more traditional barn. So I made it completely red and just changed the top to be quartz block as a more traditional American barn. It doesn't look too bad, and what this demonstrates is you could use any color palette you want for this build. It would work in a multitude of situations. I went for the rustic style with the hardened clay and all the cobblestone and the log and such, but you could take it down the route of an American style and just detail it a little bit differently, but the technique remains the same: how you lay the foundations, do the walls, do the archway, and get the shape together really easily. And then the interior again is super easy because of the way we detailed the walls. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, if you have any suggestions, leave a comment below and I'll take a look. Thank you very much. Goodbye!